A little bit banged up, was not sure if he was going to be able to go tonight. He looked pretty good in that first play.
Play action pass, pressure here. Jenkins looking downfield. It is just beyond the reach. State champion as a head coach. They get it out wide to the man. In space, makes a couple miss, but he's upended. Keyshawn Bowman's first touch of the night. You said to keep an eye on.
Doesn't quite have the experience in the offense that Briggs Cherry had a season ago.
David Gabriel Georges was out in the slot. Plenty of time here. Now finally flushed out of the pocket, showing the athleticism, which is not necessarily what he's in
pocket. He can absolutely move.
David Gabriel Georges in the backfield. First touch of the night for him, and he is
not
upended, but stays on his feet and makes it to the 40-yard line. Takes about 3 white jerseys back into this offensive drive. Takes the handoff in the shotgun. There's another flag on the field. He's knocked out after a gain of just about 1.5 yards. Jamison Humphreys pushed him out of bounds. And 9, Gabriel Georges in the backfield next to Croucher, who will throw it here. Pressure coming. He's hit hard. Airs it out. Touchdown! Caught by Antoine Cornbread Adams. Beat his man. And it was a beautiful throw by Croucher. Baylor. And he does.
Well, Brentwood gambles. They decline the holding penalty, and Baylor makes them pay. You want some cornbread? I got plenty for you in the end zone. 7-zip. Baylor.
Sanders in the backfield with Cruz Jenkins, who wants to throw it. And does so for a first down. The ball comes out. Baylor has it. A turnover on the second drive, and still on his feet is Faulkner, who's taken down.
How about this for making plays? Watch number 1 here. That's Antoine Adams. He's the one who just had the touchdown reception. He comes up here, makes a big play, and then Faulkner is the one that ends up with the interception. Now a big pass
back is JPE2 in the backfield. They will throw it out to Gabriel Georges, who is swarmed by white jerseys. You get the feeling they know when he touches the football.
Oh, there's no doubt.
Their coach, Eric Kimry, said he's the best player in the country. Here he is on the handoff. Runs over one and falls forward for a first down. There's another flag on the field. Jean-Pierre E2 in the backfield. Play action, trying to get Gabriel Georges in the flats. Over the middle, that is dropped by Adams. And that's going to bring up 3rd and a long way. Egan Croucher, the quarterback, headed to Ole Miss. Has a clean pocket. Rolling to the right, looking down the sideline, and that is incomplete. There's a flag in the middle of the field. From 3rd and 14 to 3rd and 4, and that's Gabriel Georges' time. And a lot of bodies, and they wrap him up in the backfield. It's the sophomore, Jack Berry, making the play. Coach says he plays with a big chip on his shoulder. Here he is trying to cut it upfield, being dragged, but driving his legs to the 23. Guess what? We've got a few flags on the field. Pick up for Brentwood Academy out of Nashville. The Eagles looking for revenge from last year's state title game. Flipping it on a little jet play to the right side. Braylon Bedford had nowhere to go. Wrapped up right at the line of scrimmage.
Out there on the field.
They're actually the 6th and 7th ranked safeties in next year's class. Trying to go down the sideline, and that is incomplete. It was a late hand coming in from Jordan Derangia. 3rd and 10. Jenkins, clean pocket, fires one downfield, and it's caught by Baskin, who's spun down at the 41-yard line. The drive continues.
Jenkins right there to be able to just survey and deliver the football.
Handoff to Sanders. And he is knocked backwards behind the line and thrown down. Let's go down to Sydney with more on the Brentwood quarterback. Lancaster in motion. Kenneth Simon II is the back. Play action pass. Pressure coming. Jenkins gets it out to Lancaster, who's downfield, has got back to the original line. Well, they're in a better situation than we were moments ago when it was 2nd and 26, but 2nd and 19. The handoff to Sanders, who lost his footing and barely gets past the line of scrimmage.
And you can hear a little bit of that. right there as he talks about that cornbread, which he's probably going to enjoy after the game. How about this play defensively by Brentwood?
This defense has been on Gabriel.
This offensive line's just got to find a way to gel and mesh.
Gabriel Georges on a wheel route hit right as he caught it, but hangs on and breaks the tackle. And he's across the 50, close to the 45-yard line. 1st and 10 at the 45. Little flea flicker. Airing it out downfield, and it is incomplete. Antoine Adams thought he had the foot.
GGG. Tosses it back. You kind of catch the defense off guard. You take a shot down the field. You got him matched up on the outside. In coverage there. DiMatteo is in coverage. What do you think? Alongside Keegan Croucher.
Little option play. Croucher on the keeper trying to lower the shoulder and stays on his feet out of bounds. Picked up about 6 yards. Romel Kuhn Jr. knocks him out of bounds. This is the back directly behind Croucher. Jean-Pierre Etou next to him. Here is Gabriel Georges down the sideline, still on his feet. He's finally knocked out around the 18-yard line. Brentwood Academy's head coach said that will not get it done tonight. Croucher rolling out to his right, plenty of time, scanning, and it's Adams into the end zone, touchdown for the 2nd time tonight, Antoine Cornbread Adams, but there is a flag on the far side of the field.
Ineligible receiver downfield, offense number 77, 5-yard penalty, replay, 1st down.
Starts tonight for Baylor. That's the left tackle, left guard, right tackle. Ball is fumbled. Gabriel Georges, how did he do it? Gets good yardage after scooping the ball off the ground behind the line of scrimmage. House went for a 54-yard touchdown. Here he is again. Puts his foot in the ground and bounces outside close to the 10. And here is a flag on the field. Etou in the backfield in motion out wide. Croucher fakes it, looking downfield. Looking for the wheel route. That's a high throw. Braxton Rain, the intended target, the tight end, and it'll be 3rd
to run behind those guys.
3rd and 16. Croucher rolling out, running out of space. Down the sideline, that's incomplete. Looking for Beckham Stokes, and that's going to bring up 4th in the 1st quarter. This will be the last play before the break. Kick is up, plenty of distance, and off the upright and through. 42-yarder good. Mates with David Gabriel Georges next year. Tennessee adding some big pieces. Tipped up, Braylon Bedford trying to corral this to return it. Reverses field, he's got a blocker if he can outrun one. Across the 30, jumps ahead, and it ends up being a tremendous return for 7th-ranked safety in next year's class, 2028. They go to the ground with Sanders. This is what you've been asking for. We've seen him have the ball a little bit, but maybe not enough yet.
Absolutely. It's what they got to get going.
Wade says he plays with a chip on his shoulder, has not been heavily recruited, but he is a workhorse. And here he is again, making a couple misses as he jumps ahead for a 1st down, 6 yards on the ground. Certainly one you would think is going to get for that state title. 1st and 10 at the 44, handing it to him again. First 3 plays of the drive are Sanders, and he's driving his legs. He's got a 1st down. A pickup of about times last year as a junior for this team. They will go to the air this time.
That might be a fumble. Oh my goodness, that was really close to being a backwards pass. As they try to get...
And then, of course, DGG, David Gabriel Georges for Baylor Academy, or for Baylor School. On the ground again, Sanders just cannot be brought down. That's a pickup of 11. He just can.
These guys are absolute ballers from the running back position.
Sanders again has some blockers. Now busts it outside. There's a flag back behind the play. And this is likely going to come
25. Do you go back to the ground? They do not.
They try to set up a screen pass. Sanders fell. He almost threw that too far because Corey Faulkner saw the screen.
This around the 30.
2nd and 29. Jenkins stepping up, makes a couple miss. He's got space, and he gets about 11 yards back to make this a bit more manageable.
Is Bowman on the outside.
Jenkins looking his way, will dump it off short. It's the big fullback, Liam Titus. Bring your friends to tackle him. He gets it about a yard shy of the original. This is a 39-yarder for the Notre Dame commit and has plenty of leg. It is good. Brentwood Academy on Connecticut, but finishing up here at the Baylor School in Chattanooga. Rolling out, looking downfield under pressure. Fights off one defensive lineman and slides ahead. He has shown off some really impressive athleticism. Gabriel George is the second in line on the near side of the field. They hand off to E2, who dives ahead, and he will have enough for a first down.
Has been one of the hardest workers, maybe the hardest worker that Coach Kimry's ever seen.
Croucher using his legs again, and it looks like he's got a first down on the snap of Marshall Manning's high school career. Gonna roll to his right, they're gonna let him throw it out wide. It's a beautiful throw to the sideline, caught just short of a first down by Antoine Cornbread Adams. How about that, fresh two? And he will. Gabriel Georges shoots through the gap and tumbles ahead for a first down.
All right, impressive start there for Marshall Manning is now unbelievable. Like I told you. You gotta watch him.
Croucher throwing toward the sideline. Great catch. No, it was dropped at the very end of that play by Hank DeGennaro.
Official saw it, call it. A little bit of a ticky-tack call, but nonetheless.
Croucher dropped it. Now the pressure's coming. Back toward midfield. He's 20 yards behind the line of scrimmage.
Just throw it away.
Dumps it ahead for Gabriel Georges, and they're going to get about 4 yards on this.
Back in June to Tennessee.
I'd say it all worked out in the end. E2 is tripped up in the backfield. The big man Dylan Taylor at 5'11", 297 pounds making the stop.
Hall of Famer in my opinion.
3rd and 5, Gabriel Georges on the carry, full head of steam, knocked down just beyond the first down marker. Kenneth Simon, his future teammate. Tennessee top 40 in the SC Next 300. 2nd and long here for Croucher. Looking toward the sideline and connecting down inside the 10. There are flags on the field in the area of that. 1st and goal at the 6-yard line. Gabriel Georges charges ahead, drives the legs to the 3, and they blow the whistle as he's dragged out of bounds. Let's go down to Sydney with more.
To the semifinals this weekend.
This is why I brought you, just to keep me updated in that world. Gabriel Georges, that is a violent finish to the run. He's tackled at about the 1-yard line, or tripped up, I should say.
Here, if you can, if you're Brentwood, you're probably going to call timeout if they don't score.
Handoff to the linebacker, Corey Faulkner, who bounces it outside. Not the way they designed it, but they'll take it. It's a touchdown for the talented linebacker for Baylor.
Yeah, that thing was really stood up in the backfield, but I think it was a great job by Faulkner to kind of recognize the fact that there's nothing going here because it is a hot night out there on the field.
Sam Shutters on for the extra point and boots it through. 17-3 the lead for the Baylor School over Brentwood.
He could name the number of yards and touchdowns he would rush for. It's that good.
Throwing this outside to Keyshawn Bowman, who has a first down on the catch from Cruz Jenkins. Couple college commits connecting.
Barry Sanders. Problem is you're down 2 scores right now. They got to score in a hurry here before halftime.
Long ball caught down the sideline. Lex Baskin. Nobody to stop him. Touchdown, Brentwood Academy.
And right on cue. They score before halftime. By Cruz Jenkins and an unbelievable catch by Basket. I mean, there's 2 defenders there. Man, when you stare in the backfield, you watch quarterbacks complete passes just like that. And in a heartbeat, that long drive that took up about 7-8 minutes for Baylor, all for naught, you will, here in Chattanooga.
Said he's not really a twitchy guy, but he has great speed. Going short this time, that is just off the hands of his intended target. The tight end, Braxton Rain.
Very uncharacteristic.
He'll be one of the top tight ends in the country one of these days. 2nd and 10. Look at the outside, caught by Adams, who is hit hard and dropped at about the 27-yard line. Troy Ortiz makes the stop, the senior. They will throw the football, looking the other direction. Has good time. Throwing, caught by Rain, who tiptoes along the sideline. Beckham Stokes in motion. Handoff, Gabriel Georges up the middle with a flag in the backfield. The first flag in the second half. It was a pickup of 7 yards.
Problem is you can just hand the football off to Zero right here, and he goes for 12 yards.
Play action pass, pressure coming.
Is that a fumble?
He was hit as he threw, and they will say incomplete pass. Handoff, Gabriel Georges, they collide with him. 3 white jerseys and knock his helmet off. DGG on the field right now, lost his helmet on the last play. Croucher, pocket collapsing. Flag on the field, and it is picked off downfield. Roman Jennings headed the other way with the blocker, and he's dropped at the 35-yard line. It's going to be a whole.
Number 67, that penalty's declined. After the play, second sideline warning, Brentwood Academy. That 5-yard penalty will be enforced from the end of the run. First down.
Cruz Jenkins and this offense. Larry Sanders in the backfield with him. He gets the football. Bounces around one tackler and picks up 4 yards on first down.
All the guys that had an impact on that state title game are back.
Sanders following his fullback. Knocked down after about 3 yards. Let's go down to Sydney on the sideline.
It's around 10 p.m. Says lay his head on his pillow and repeat it the next day. But for him, it's all worth it to be able to wear this uniform.
Makes another tremendous run on that play, and it's a first down.
Offensive line, and then he wears you out.
Gets the ball again. Jumps around one, trying to get outside, makes a move. Inside the 10-yard line and tripped up near the 7. First and goal. Guess who? Sanders. Trying to get outside. This time they wrap him up for a short gain. He's just inside the 5-yard line.
Full I formation here. Big fullback in there.
Sanders gets it behind the big fullback. Pushing his way toward the goal line. The ball came out. They'll say he was on the ground at the 1 yard in front of Larry Sanders, the second. 3rd and goal. Sanders gobbled up in the backfield. Faulkner got to him first.
Inside the 1 yard line, and now they're going to be forced to settle for a field goal attempt.
Notre Dame commit Owen Davies connects on the field goal. Overall, a good start to the second half for Brentwood Academy. We'll cut this down. Gabriel Georges in the backfield. He will get the football on first down. Ducks ahead past the 25. Let's check in with Sydney down on the sideline. 2nd and 4 here for Croucher. Again on the ground, this time E2, who's trying to bounce it outside, dragged down from behind. That will be a first down. Pressure coming off the edge, looking that way. Croucher discards one blitzer, throwing back to DGG. What a throw across his body, and they get good yard pace right now.
No question. Different level.
Handoff up the middle. They get to him this time. Trying to drag defenders close to a first down. We'll see where they mark this. This is right at it.
And he doesn't eat sugar? Talk about discipline.
Play action. Croucher's got all day long. Now the pocket collapses, and he's going to go down. He had time. 2nd and 15. Gabriel Georges on the handoff. Stiff arms one. Cuts upfield and is spun down from behind at the 49. And yet again, he gets 13 yards.
Yeah, arm tackles don't tackle Gabriel Georges.
Wow, stuck his foot in the ground there. Cuts upfield.
Oh my gosh, are you kidding me?
Helmet came off.
Kidding me?
To the 40.
Come on.
Going back and forth now between the systems, but I respect it. Gabriel Georges again up the middle, this time untouched until the secondary. And the DB's not going to be thanking anybody in the front 7 for that. Gabriel Georges gets the ball going left side this time. Wrapping him up. There's a flag behind the play back at the 15-yard line with 2 seconds left.
That would be a surprise.
DGG on the carry, breaks a couple tackles. Touchdown number 1 of his senior season for the Red Raiders.
It was an all DGG drive. 11 plays, 80 yards, took up exactly half the quarter at 6. And this is one of the rare plays where it really doesn't require that much. I mean, it's a good read, good blocking inside. He only breaks 1 tackle.
1st and 10 at the 20-yard line for Cruz Jenkins. They're going to have to throw the football. Wide open man! It's caught! It's Keyshawn Bowman to the house! No flags on the field this time.
Ten yards past him, wide open, and man, I was just gonna say, like, this game could get away from Brentwood, and now
the tight end Braxton Rain in motion. They'll throw it to Gabriel Georges, trying to get him up against these defensive backs. Hit low, stays on his feet, loses the helmet. Here goes Gabriel Georges. 1st and 10 just inside the 15. Play action pass for Croucher. Great coverage downfield. He's directing traffic and threads it in to Antoine Cornbread Adams down to the...
It just shows the wear and tear that he's created on this defense.
Here he is again, and he's in for the score. 2nd touchdown of the game for Gabriel Georges, both of them coming in the second half.
He's like an acrobat into the end zone. Always going forward, always positive yards, always fighting for the extra yardage. About this kid. Blown away by DGG. 2nd touchdown of the night, carrying the Red Raiders right now in the second half, 31-20.
Announced themselves a little bit too. That's a big play for him to start the drive. They dump this off to Bowman. Guess who? Carr is there, and you're not going to get out of those bits. Sidney and Keegan Croucher. Handoff. Gabriel Georges leaps through 1 defender, and he'll have 6 yards on 1st down.
Gabriel George on the carry.
Worker, he's the first in, last. It's not like these superlatives don't. Some coaches just have hyperbole for these kids. Not with this guy. Like when he says generational talent, I truly.
Eric Kimmer's been there. He played quarterback at South Carolina, so he knows high-level football. Here's Gabriel Georges right on cue. Finishing that run by lowering his shoulder. There is a full off on the 29th in Dublin. E2 bouncing it outside, and it's just what we were talking about. Finds a way to get 6 yards. That the Baylor School has started to get on the board with consecutive victories over the last 4 or 5 years. Gabriel George is back out there, and guess what? The helmet comes off. Play earlier when Croucher was scrambling, it was DGG who found space for him to throw to. Here he is again, backing his way down close to the 22-yard line where they'll mark that, and it's
9 yards on the ground tonight.
Again on the carry. Tackled after a pickup of about 4 yards. Dylan Taylor, one of them in on the opener of the ESPN high school kickoff. Gabriel Georges one more time to the 10-yard line and drops at the 7.
And that shows right there, like.
1st and goal at the 7. Here he is again. This time he will walk in. He almost thought about going down.
He did.
I think you can take that one. 3 touchdowns on the night for the 5-star head. 3 touchdowns. Extra point is up. It's good. It is 38-20. Red Raiders over the Eagles. They will throw the football on 1st down, looking toward the sideline. It's a good throw and catch. Keyshawn Bowman, or excuse me, that's Lex Baskin on the grab from Cruz. It has gone final due to lightning here in the Chattanooga area. 38-20, the Baylor School beats Brentwood Academy in the opener, a rematch of the state championship. Your final thoughts? A little bit limited. Our camera operators, we have already pulled them from their station, so the shots you're seeing are still shots and will not be.
A lot of issues with injuries all night anyway. Smartly, let's let a little common sense prevail here, and let's call this one. It's going to be a final, 38-20. A lot more high school football to play.